Hello, this is Dr. Herdig at Core Chiropractic, and today what I'm going to go over is really how chiropractors can help with shoulder discomfort, shoulder issues that you might be having, rotator cuff injuries, and how we actually adjust that and how you can get a benefit from it. So we have one of our CAs right here, Kenzie. She has been kind enough to let us use her as a model. So the first thing that we do whenever we're really assessing the shoulder is how is it moving? Okay, we have to figure out where is that starting point for us. So what I'm gonna have you do is I'm gonna place my hand here and I'm just gonna have you lift up the arm. Okay, what I'm doing here is I'm tracking how is the humerus, which is the arm bone, connecting to your scapula, which is your shoulder blade, and also your clavicle here. Now you have to remember with the shoulder, it is the most movable joint in the entire body. And so with that, with the structure of that comes a lot of injuries a lot of the time because it's not very stable. So with Kenzie specifically, there's a bit of crepitus, and all that means is that there's a little bit of clicking into that joint there, okay? But also, it moves pretty well. The clavicle's moving well. The shoulder blade's a little stuck here, so I'm gonna go ahead and move that. We're gonna go here. I want you to lift the arm straight up here and move it across. Okay, all right, so there's a little bit of a stuck shoulder blade on this left side, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and adjust it, and y'all are gonna get a seat. So, right here, I'm gonna have you place your arm right here. I'm gonna grab onto your elbow. Now, the point of this adjustment is to release any adhesions onto the ribs that are underneath that shoulder blade. So I'm gonna grab the corner of the shoulder blade here. I'm gonna put a little bit of pressure into the shoulder, and I'm just going to shift up and move. All that's doing is unlocking that shoulder blade. How did that feel?
Good.
Right? Isn't it nice?
Yeah.
So another thing that we need to check is the actual shoulder, okay? So I'm gonna have you stand up for me, okay? And I am just going to feel into that joint. Actually, let's face towards the camera here. So I'm just gonna feel really into that joint about what's going on. Or do you have any tenderness here?
A little bit.
A little bit? Okay, where at? In the front, in the top, in the back?
More so in the front.
More so in the front? Okay. Have you had any shoulder injuries into the past?
No, I haven't. Just usual stiffness, things like that.
Right? Right. So a lot of the time when people are coming in, they're going to have an issue with their bicipital tendon. That is a tendon that's coming across right here, and it's really going to cause a lot of pain into the front of the joint, and especially with poor posture over time, that's going to cause an issue. So it's a little bit shifted forward, but now Kenzie sits at a desk most of the day, right? And so with that, we're going to have some of that forward head posture if we're not doing our postural exercises. So we really got to get in there. Let's go ahead and make that adjustment too. I'm going to have you lay down face up on the table here for me. Perfect. Move this up. I'm going to have you scoot down just a little bit. Now, there are so many different adjustments that you can do for the shoulder. Here at Core, what we do is we're helping with that shoulder blade, and then we really use the drops because we can be very specific in the movements and the pressure that we're using to help. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take your arm into a little bit of external rotation. Okay, I'm going to hold here, and I'm going to see where this table drops. Okay, there we go. Now Kenzie is light as a feather, and so she doesn't take very much pressure here. I'm going to distract that humerus from that glenohumeral joint there. I'm going to find where, see that's tender right there, isn't it? That's right there at that bicipital tendon and where that pec major inserts. I'm just going to add some pressure. Good, right there. Okay, that was a really, really good adjustment. Sometimes we'll do it more than once, maybe 2 or 3 times, but as it moved really well, I'm only gonna do it once. You never want to over adjust an area because then that's gonna lead to more soreness. Now you still might have just a little bit of soreness. Just make sure you ice that area, okay? And that's gonna bring down that inflammation and really, really help, okay? Now, I wanna talk about really just the muscles that we're really focused on whenever we come into the clinic as well. So if you go ahead and just stay right there. Now in the back, what we're looking at is we have to look at the muscles of the shoulder blade, okay? And then we have to look at the muscles into the arm in between the shoulder blades into the mid-back. So the muscle here on top is the supraspinatus. The muscle below is the infraspinatus. Those are gonna help with external rotation and internal rotation of the shoulder. We have a muscle underneath the shoulder blade called the supraspinatus, which is also gonna help with those rotational movements as well. Now, a lot of the time people will get posture as they're leaning forward, and that's those rhomboid muscles here. So we're taking a look at the entire complex of the shoulder to see really what your problem is going on so we can actually assess that and fix it. Everybody's a little bit different. We all have a little bit different of lives. How do we help you the best? And that's really our goal. If you're experiencing any of the issues, we most likely can help you. Give us a call. We would love to assist you with that. Y'all have a good one.